This is Margaret with Recipe Amateur Investigator. Today we're going to be making a lemon blueberry tart. So let's get starting. So on your stovetop, you're going to get 1 cup of blueberries and mix it with 2 tablespoons of sugar. And then we're just going to stir this and try to get this mashed down. I'm going to use a fork, I think, to mash. Actually, I think instead of using a fork, I'm going to use my little Curtis Stone thing. And just wait for these to be mashed down. While these are still cooking, you're going to, in a small little bowl like this, you're going to get 1 teaspoon of cornstarch with 2 teaspoons of lemon juice or water. I got lemon juice, and you just set it aside. So now we're just waiting for these to mash down and cook. So we're going to make a sauce with this, and they said this can take up to 2 to 3 minutes if you want to come closer so you can see what it looks like inside. Oh, see, look, a little spot got on me. Blueberries. So, and we're just going to keep mashing. There they go. And again, this does take a few minutes for this to go because we want to get these really soft. Come look at it now. You can see it's starting to boil. Just kind of keep the camera over here for a while so they can see this. See how it's starting to make the juice from the sugar? So we're just going to keep going because this is going to be the filling, or well, what we're going to put on top of the tart. Okay, I think it kind of looks pretty good because you want to keep some of the natural blueberries. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to remove this, put this over here because it's blueberries, and then I'm going to stir in this to make the sauce a little thicker. Just a little cornstarch. And I'm just going to stir it. Oh, that's good. Okay, then we're just going to pour it in here. And leave it to the side, and we're going to bring it over there in a minute. Ooh, doesn't that look pretty? I wonder if this is the same way you can make it a crepe with fresh blueberries, you know? A little bit more lemon zest. Okay, so we're gonna move over this way after I put some water in here. I like to clean as I go. You know, when I'm baking, I kind of like to clean as I go because sometimes when I'm stopping, I'm actually cleaning. So let's move the little party this way, and then we're gonna turn on the oven to bake at. Let me see what it says to bake it at. We're going to bake this at 350. So I'm going to put this at 350. And let's come make the crust now. So by making the crust, I'm going to keep this here. I didn't have a tart crust, so I went out to the store and got one. And I like line in mine, and I'm going to put it in a tray. But we're going to make the crust. For the crust, you're supposed to do a 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and please spoon level it, make sure no more. And already put my salt in here, and we got 1 teaspoon, we're going to use 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1/4 cup of sugar. I have never made a tart in my entire life, never, so bear with me. So let's see how it says to make the crust. It says mix the butter with the sugar and the vanilla extra and salt together, which I already did wrong because I already have the flour in here. So we're going to bypass that. So we're going to put the sugar in here with the vanilla extract. And this is about 1 teaspoon. And then we're just going to mix it right here. mix this up. Like it says, see, I told you it's my first time. I've never done this before. And then you're gonna add this into the flour. Well, I already got the salt. So I thought I was supposed to put the salt with the, all the dry ingredients, but we already got it in there. So let's put all this in. And this is gonna be a crust, and this crust is kind of like a, let's see, does she say what the flavor is gonna be? It's shortbread crust. And then we'll just mix it up in here. So I don't know if you can see. We're going to mix it up to make the crust. Ooh, it smells good. I guess vanilla makes everything smells good, huh? Ooh, see, look, it's making a crust. I always want to find it. There it is. So we got our crust. Wow, I bet you this would be a simple crust to make anything with. Okay. So we're going to make the crust and see what else she says with the crust. She says we're going to put this in the pan in here, and we're going to fill it up. And she did say it's going to be kind of greasy. So just so y'all know. So we're going to put this in here. And then we just flatten this. Now, she didn't say anything about parchment paper, guys. The parchment paper is my ideal. I just can't bake without parchment paper. So, and we just go around like this. And then we're just going to spread it around. And then I'm going to use a, the measuring cup for the round of the crust. But first I just want to make sure it's in here. I guess because I make cheesecake so much that I can't do it without a pan, because I know how cheesecakes go too. So, and then we're just going to go around the crust like this. And make this little crust go up a little bit. And then we're going to bake this. And while this is baking, I don't know, maybe I didn't have enough crust. I don't know. I'm following it, guys. I'm doing exactly what she says. Like I said, I never made this before, so we'll see. I want to get this thing back out and kind of spoon it. So if you ever made a tart before, if I'm doing something wrong, please let me know, so this way I learn. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of you telling me what I did wrong. So, but that's okay. Constructive criticism it's okay. Okay. So that looks good. What do y'all think? Do y'all think this looks good? Do y'all think that looks good? That's the crust. So then we're going to stick this in the oven. Let's go over here, put this in the oven, and we're going to bake this for 12 minutes. So let me put this in the oven. And I'm going to tell Alexa, because I don't know how to work my stove yet, timer, so let's come this way. Alexa, turn timer on for 12 minutes. So while
12 minutes, starting now.
Starting now. So while that is done, let's kind of clean the mess while we go, because I don't need this. Don't need the vanilla anymore. And we're going to start making the filling. With the filling, which I thought was interesting, we're going to use sweet condensed milk. You're going to use a whole one. So we're going to open this up. I'm going to make sure I get to the page. So we're going to put this in, and this is a 14 ounce. I love canned openers this way. It's so much better. Okay. Then we're going to open this whole thing up. I'm using my glass bowl so we can see how it works. Put that in. And I want to make sure I get every bit of this. Otherwise, we're not going to have the filling. So get every bit. This thing slows. You know, sometimes you pour this in, it kind of feels like you got it all, but then you go back and look, all that. So I should have went like that. Okay. So I think I got all I can get. Yeah, okay. I think I got all I can get. So then we're going to put that in, because I know it does that first. So it says whisk the filling ingredients together. It says you're going to pour this in your warm crust. So we're still waiting for that to go. So we're going to put this in here. And then we're going to add in to this. We're going to do 1 large egg yolk. Raise that up. 1 large egg yolk. 1 lemon zest. So let's just 1 lemon zest. Lemon zest. And then with this, you're going to get 6 tablespoons of lemon juice. I think I forgot to preheat the oven, guys. Oh well, we'll see. It started. Oh well, I make mistakes all the time. Anyway, so we're going to do 6 tablespoons of lemon juice. 1. Oops, no seed. I thought I got all the seeds out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Extra lemon juice. And then we're going to just blend this. So this is going to be the filling. And let's let that beat for a while. Once this is finished and the pie, the shell comes out for the pie crust, then we're going to poke some holes in it. Then we're going to put the filling in there, and then we're going to bake for 17 to 19 more minutes. And then, well, before we do that, after we pour this in, then we're going to put some of the blueberries. Sorry guys, like I said, I never made this this recipe before, so I'm really messing up. So let's just come back to you in a few minutes once the shell is done and this is done, and I'll show you how we're going to put it together and bake it. Be right back. So it came out of the oven, as you see. It came out really good, even though I did preheat the oven. So now I'm just poking holes like she said. So I'm poking my holes all around it. And then we're going to put this back in the oven. I'm not going all the way down to the pan, guys. We're going to put this back in the oven. And after we pour this custard in there, or whatever, the filling. So now I'm going to get the filling. Wow, this bowl. If you have corporate channel, don't do this. This bowl's heavy. So you're going to pour this in. It says to pour it in warm, so I'm pouring it in warm. Get all this. Don't want to waste anything. Wow, I can't think I can hold this bowl up much longer. This is a heavy bowl. Okay. Okay. Put this here. Okay. Okay. I think that's enough. We're calling this enough. And then we're just gonna pour this over in here to make the tart. Let me tell you, tart pans are not cheap. Michael's, they're expensive, but you just can't buy one. You have to buy 3. So we're going to put this in. Ooh, to see the lemon zest all in there, guys? I think we need some on this side. This little guy on this side said, oh, pour me some. Okay, so we got it in. I think it looks good. Maybe a little bit more over here, but who am I? Okay. Then what we're going to do is get the filling. Just don't like it here. It doesn't look like this side meets it. Okay. I think it looks fine here. Then we're going to get some of this filling. You don't need to use all of this, guys, because you can use some of this for your topping. And she just dabs a little each area, which I'm going to do the same thing. little dab will do you. Okay. And put a little dab in the middle. Okay. Then she uses a toothpick. I'm not using a toothpick. Well, I guess I can call it a toothpick. I'm using one of these little cake testers. And then we just go around it. And just kind of go like this. Up and down. There we go with our pretty design. Bring this out. Make sure. That's kind of pretty. Kind of like I'm painting. Like that. That's what I do with my cheesecakes. Okay. I think that looks pretty like that, huh? What do y'all think? I think. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is put this in the oven, bake it up to 17 minutes, keep it at 350, which I still preheat, it's already heated, and I'm gonna put this in and I'll be right back. So I got it out of the oven at 350, and I told you it can go up to 19 minutes. Well, after I read this, she said 17 to 19 minutes. She said you don't want to overdo it because then it gets rubbery. I pulled it out at 17 minutes, and come look. It's pretty hot, but it looks fantastic. It looks so pretty. So you have to let this cool, guys, for like 2 hours outside. Outside, in your house, 2 hours. Then you can refrigerate it. But when you come the time for you to do the presentation of this, this is what I wanted to show you. Because after it's done and you let it cool, you're going to get your tart pan or quiche pan, whatever you want it, because you can use these for quiches too, guys. Then you're just going to go, just like, you know, a cheesecake, you got a spring pan. Well, this one's a little different. You just pull it up, take it, and then you can place it in here and then present it. But me, I do mine a little different. I'm going to, because I like putting parchment paper, so when I come and after it cools, I'm just going to get my parchment paper, kind of like slide it off and put it on. So this way I know for sure it's not going to stick. That's just what I do. You can do whatever you want. But again, this recipe is from Sally Baking Addiction, I think. Yep. And it's a 4.9 stars, so I thought this would be good out of 513 reviews. So once this cools again, you can get your leftover blueberries, put some blueberries or make some homemade whipping cream. Put a little dab on it with some fresh fruit, let it go down kind of like a volcano, you know, eruption, but with blueberries. But if you like this recipe, and I'm just going to let you know too, guys, I'm not going to be able to cut it, slice it, because it has to sit out for 2 hours for it to cool. And I didn't make another one like I usually do, because I wanted to try to make this very first time to show you if I can do it, you can do it. But I will be posting pictures on my Facebook page at Recipe Amateur Investigator. Come join the group page, because I know there's 2 of them, but join the group one. And also I'm going to put this on my Instagram once it's finished as well, when it's sliced. But come follow me here on Recipe Amateur Investigator here on my YouTube, Facebook, and also on Instagram. And if you like this recipe, next week I'm going to try something completely different. Everybody likes making upside down pineapple. I'm going to make an upside down blood orange cake. So again, follow me here at Recipe Amateur Investigator. I hope your family enjoys this treat as much as I know my family will tonight. Bye, guys.